Hello, this is Paul with American Hydroponics. Welcome to our November webinar where we're going to be talking about marketing your produce. Now, marketing your produce is probably one of the most asked questions that we have at American Hydroponics. We know the systems will grow. Look at this beautiful produce. I mean, here in this 10K bundle, we are growing so much produce. Beautiful lettuce, some Asian greens, some basil, spicy lettuce mix. We know the systems will produce. The most successful growers have figured out how to market and sell their produce. So that's what we want to talk a little bit about. If you look back in our catalog of videos on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, you will see that we've talked about marketing quite a bit. As I said, this is because we get so many questions about marketing. And part of the issue is we can't tell you how to market in Salt Lake City or upstate New York or Florida because the market conditions are going to be so different for produce. We could help you market if you're in Northern California. We know that market pretty well. I want to talk about some generalities in marketing, but I also want to get down into some of the details that will help you market your produce. First of all, as we always say, begin with your community. Begin with probably a CSA, Community Supported Agriculture. What that means is you take subscriptions, people sign up to get a box of produce every week for say 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, something like that. And in that box of produce, maybe you put a couple of heads of lettuce, some herbs, some basil, some tomatoes, some cucumbers, whatever you have growing, you have a nice mix and you make that box available to all of your subscribers every week. That gives them a taste of the quality produce that you are supplying. It gives you a great entrance into some other markets. What are some other markets? In your area, grocery stores. Now, you don't want to talk to the store manager, you want to go in and talk to the produce manager. The store manager is overwhelmed with running the whole store, but the produce manager is always looking for a good supply of fresh produce that he can put on his shelves. And if it's local, all the better. People love local produce. So talk to your produce managers at your local grocery stores. Go to your restaurants. Again, don't talk to the restaurant manager. He's too busy running the whole establishment. You'll want to talk to your chef. You'll want to take some produce with you and you want to say, check out this basil, check out this cilantro, check out this beautiful lettuce. Just take them several heads. Take them a box full of produce, don't charge them, and say, use that. I can supply what you need year round. And as you establish that relationship, that chef will come to rely on you more and more. So get to know your produce managers in your grocery stores, get to know your chefs in your local restaurants, start by offering a CSA, a subscriber service to your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors in the community. But also, don't shy away from farmers markets. We have a grower down in Texas who goes to 7 farmers markets a week. Now, farmers markets can be great. You get live feedback as you're selling your produce right there. People can come up and say, man, this produce is wonderful, I love it, and they'll pay a premium for it. Or they'll say, you know, this is great, but what I really need is Asian greens. Can you grow Asian greens? And you can say, yes, I can. Let me get back to you in a few weeks and I'll have Asian greens for you. So the farmer's market's a great way to market your produce and sell your produce. Don't be afraid of that. I will warn you, farmers markets are very labor intensive. You've got to harvest your crop, you've got to store it, you've got to get to the farmer's market, you've got to set up the tables, you've got to be there all day long selling your produce. It's a lot of work, but you'll get a premium price. More on marketing, let's talk a little bit more about some of the details. Identify some of the trends in your area. If you live in a college town, what are the students eating and drinking? We have several growers who grow hops for very localized, specialized beer. And it's a great way to get to know your neighborhood, get to know your neighbors, and supply something that your neighbors really do want. If you live in an area with a specific culture, a Latino culture or an Asian culture, ask them what kind of greens, get to know that community, ask them what kind of leafy greens they especially want, or maybe they can't get that they could get previously, and supply that. You can grow anything in the AmHydro system, any type of leafy green. Try value-added products. Take some of your beautiful lettuce and mix it with other lettuces, maybe mix it with some arugula, have a spicy lettuce mix, bag that and sell that as a value-added product. People will love being able to go home, open the bag, pour some of the lettuce mix out, put some dressing on it, and have a wonderful salad. We sell a lot of basil out of this greenhouse, and we sell it to one person here in town who takes our basil and makes a pesto and markets and sells the pesto. So try different things with your produce. Create a meal kit. Can you put several types of the produce together and maybe make a meal kit? We see in your grocery stores the baby carrots and cut up celery and maybe a little dip, something like that, pre-packaged. People buy that stuff. Can you do something similar? So think value added when you think of marketing and selling your product. Get customer feedback. Get to know your customers. If the grocery store will let you, set up a table and have some samples right there. Spend a couple of hours in the grocery store talking to the people in the grocery store, seeing what they would like to buy produce-wise. The information will be invaluable as you plan the type of crops that you plant and harvest and take to market. Define your selling point. Ensure that your brand tells a compelling story. This is local lettuce. It is grown by your neighbors. It is grown free of pesticides. It is grown free of any sort of harsh chemicals. Tell a story, create a brand, a compelling story for your brand. Use digital media. Every farmer's got to be a social media expert. You've got to be on Instagram. You've got to be on Facebook. You've got to be on Snapchat. Tell the story of your produce from seed to harvestable plant and capture it all on social media, and your customers will follow that. Study your competition. What are the local farmers in your area doing? What are they doing successfully? What are the big distributors doing? Are they packaging it a certain way? I've got some packaging here. I've got some boxes. I've got some individual packaging. It's biodegradable. Tell the story of your produce with the packaging. Packaging will add cost to your produce. It'll make the cost per each go up. People love to buy a self-contained package of greens or of produce. They can take it home, open it up, compost or recycle the container, and enjoy a nice meal. Join regional produce associations. Probably every county in America has an ag extension of their state's agricultural school. Call them up. Ask them, is there a fresh produce association that I can belong to? Tell me what other food associations there are in this county. How can I get involved? What can I do? How can I make my produce known? And they'll love to help you. These ag extensions, that's what they exist for, is to help the local farmers. Utilize your delivery services. You know, more and more popular is DoorDash or Uber Eats, things like that. Get to know them. See if you can partner with them. And again, do it through online sales. You've got to be savvy, technologically savvy. You've got to be up to date with social media, and it might as well be up to date in delivering your produce to your customer. Again, that can be a value added thing. So you can almost make a whole meal kit out of your produce and make those available to be delivered by Uber Eats or DoorDash or one of the many services that provide just that exact thing. And again, as I was alluding to, make it easy for your customers. Make it easy to buy. I know when I go to the grocery store, I've fallen into the trap of looking for convenience over price. And I don't think I'm all that unusual. I think a lot of people will look for convenience at the expense of price. They want to be able to take this beautiful produce home and eat it. They want to be able to recycle the packaging. They want to be able to do that, to feel good about what they're eating, to feel good about how they are treating the environment. So make it easy for your customers to love buying from you. You're growing a premium product. You're growing a product that is going to be distinguished by the high quality. Something that's being trucked in thousands of miles from a western state or from Mexico or something like that isn't going to have the same freshness, the same appeal to today's consumer as what your produce is going to have. Those are just some of the fundamentals of marketing. Certainly where you are located, you can drill down deeper and find exactly what you can market. If you have any questions, feel free to get a hold of us. We will answer to the best of our ability any of your questions on marketing. Also, I want to talk about the deal for November. Sign up for our newsletter now, and you can take advantage of the deals we have coming up in December, both Cyber Monday, the Monday after Thanksgiving, and that's December 2nd this year, and the 12 deals of Christmas. But you've got to sign up for our newsletter in order to get the best deals possible. Also, I want to call your attention to next month, December. The webinar is going to be December 19th at 1 o'clock, and we're going to be talking about how to build crop loss into your production. I mean, all of this beautiful produce, you're not going to take it all to market. You're going to have some loss. We're going to help you build that into your profit and loss. We're going to help you build that into your bottom line. So be sure to tune in for that in December. Again, I'm Paul with American Hydroponics, and I've enjoyed spending some time with you today. Thank you.